Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Driven Wyld. Today we are talking about, should gig workers carry protective tools? So in a recent live stream, my Gone Wyld co-host Budsoda freaking abandoned me. No, not really. He just ran late and he was unavailable for the first half of the live stream, where we went over a clip where a young woman posed an interesting question about carrying protective tools while on shift. This led to some interesting discussion and some interaction in the chat, and I wanted to present that here. So in this video, we are presenting a clip from the Gone Wyld live stream about whether or not you should carry protective tools as a gig worker, what she is saying versus how it actually is, and everything in between. But before we do that, let's go over a quick disclaimer. The content of this video does not contain, is never intended to be, legal, business, financial, tax, or health advice of any kind. This video is for entertainment purposes only. It is advised that you conduct your own research and consult qualified professionals before applying anything you find online. I also want to be clear that everything that we're going to be going over is very market to market and case by case, and what applies to me and my market, or Budsoda's market, or any of the markets that are presented throughout the Driven Wyld live stream or the Gone Wyld live stream, whether Budsoda shows up or not, may not apply to you. So with that said, enjoy the clip.
This is for all the delivery drivers out there who do like Spark Delivery, Grubhub, UberEats, like all those. Do you guys carry? Do you guys use anything for like protection? Because I usually do, and I didn't today, but I went to this sketchy house. The guy ended up being nice, but I had to like dig out one of my husband's pocket, and just in case. It was fine. I just didn't have any service, and it was really, I didn't know where I was. But do any of you guys use like protection or anything?
So this is an interesting question, and if I'm being honest, no, I don't. I probably should if I'm really honest about it. I know that there's a lot of people that like to bring their pepper sprays or a slicey boys, and obviously I'm choosing different words for the sake of this is a monetized channel, and I really don't want to get a strike or anything like that. But personally, I also know it goes against TOS's to carry certain things. Like, obviously, you are going into other people's neighborhoods, some questionable areas. You don't know where it could end up taking you sometimes. Yeah, you know your area and you can always decline an order, but hey, if the money in area B is paying really well, what's stopping you from actually going there? Now, you are like, it is funny because there is a survey that's actually gone out there, and there's a set, like, there is this, whatchamacallit, study that was done that delivery driving is one of the most dangerous jobs, even past police work and um like military work, not because like you are not actively going into dangerous situations, you are. It's just the expectation, like you're going into as a as a police officer or somebody in the military, you're kind of going into a place ready for the worst to happen. You are carrying weaponry for that reason. Brandy, Beauty Treasure, thank you for joining us. But that's kind of the point. Like that is what you do. So you're trained and prepared for that. A delivery driver of any kind, they're not really trained for that. They don't even like dogs, let alone people that are actively looking to hurt you. And it's not an expectation. So they're not going to carry things that are that deadly or that lethal. And even if they did, it's probably not to that degree. Let me know in the comments, let me know in the chat. Do you guys carry some sort of tools for self-protection? Or do you have some sort of strategy that you would use? Because a part of me also wanted to learn like martial arts for self-protection, but also I don't like I if I'm going to get into physical activity of that sort, it should be for self-defense. I don't know, but let me know what you guys think. See if there's anything popping up in the chat. Slow chat tonight. This is why I like having Bud here. People like to interact when Bud enters the room. I don't know why. But I guess we're taking it slow this time around.
All right, so maybe I'm tripping because I don't drive for DoorDash, but I know a lot of y'all do. So tell me.
Oh. Hold on. That's your best bet. Study many years in different martial arts. There's legit meaning behind the phrase "get these hands." Yeah, I guess that's true. Like I don't remember. Might not be able to stop a bullet or a blade, but a blade being able to render an attacker useless helps. That's true too. I don't know what was the I don't remember where I saw this, but somebody was talking about just being more confident after learning a martial art, not because like they're concerned like in the event that they would be attacked, but just knowing the fact that you could if you need to is just naturally more helpful for you as a person on a confidence level, not even just as a delivery driver. Again, no firsthand experience. That's just feedback I've heard, but nevertheless. I think when delivering, the area of drop off is key. If it's shady, I will most likely pass on it, especially at night. You know, it's funny that you say that because I was just mentioning that. Like sometimes you get a really good offer and maybe you will pass up on it because it's shady. A part of me, and maybe this is a guy thing too. I'm reading a comment from Brandy Beauty Treasure. Maybe this is just a guy thing. If the money's good, I'm not so confident to where I know I could take somebody in a fight. But in the like, I have less expectation of somebody trying to start something with me, at least in a physical thing. Like, there are plenty of people that push my buttons on like a social level, but that like on a like from a physical level, I sincerely doubt that. Just me. Again, shady area you should avoid, but maybe that's another thing. Like I'm in a relatively decent area, relatively well-off area. I'm not expecting the person to open the door and pop me in the head or anything like that. By the way, make sure you join us for the Driven Wyld live stream, and you could be part of the conversation too. We're looking forward to seeing you there. Driven was the only wave of must. Take you back, looking backwards.